What up, everybody? Let's get this show started. Let's see. There we go. Well, we're back. It is Monday, November 3rd, 2025. Welcome back to another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. My name is Roman, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. We are so close to our goal of 1 Bitcoin. We are at, I'll tell you where we're at when we get to the Stack Recap segment. But happy to be back. Took most of the week off last week. Had to get some stuff done, and it's done. So I'm back. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What up? The Loco Test 22, DCA to BTC. This is the way. Round of applause from the live studio audience going out for Mr. Loco Test 22. Yep, that's right. That's how it works. DCA to BTC. Take custody, and the rest will take care of itself. Let me turn down my brightness a little bit. It's a little too crazy. There we go. All right, done and done. Okay, so let's kick things off with the first segment of the day, and you all know what it's called. It is the Bitcoin Strength. Today, the price of Bitcoin is $106,858.48. What a deal. Today you can buy almost 1,000 Satoshis. You can buy 936 Satoshis for a single dollar. What the heck is a Satoshi? Well, in case you don't know, a Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. So if you can stack 100 million Satoshis, you have a whole Bitcoin. Crazy, right? The reason I highlight that every single episode is because when you see the price of Bitcoin at $106,000 or $120,000 or even at $100,000, you might think to yourself, damn, I'm priced out. I'm too late. How can I ever afford a Bitcoin? I could never save up $106,000. Oh, a new block is found. There you go. Yay. I can never save up $106,000. Well, you don't have to. Okay, that's the benefit of Bitcoin. That's one of the cool things about Bitcoin is you don't save up to buy a Bitcoin, you save in Bitcoin. And every single piece of value that you set into the Bitcoin system is automatically shielded from inflation, right? Just by taking it out of the inflationary money system, you're already winning. Inflation is now working for you instead of against you when you're in Bitcoin. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so that is the Bitcoin strength. And if you were to be walking down the street today, minding your own business, you look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day that penny will be worth, is that right? That penny will be worth 9 Satoshis, 9 fractions of a Bitcoin for a single penny. What a deal. When we started the show, 1 penny was getting us about 40 Satoshis. $1 was getting us 4,000 Satoshis. So, yeah. You missed out. Just kidding. You missed out on cheaper sats. But 2 years from now, you'll still be better off. You'll still be better off if you saved in Bitcoin starting today than if you didn't. Okay? Because just getting it off of zero is better than not having any Bitcoin. All right. I'm a little stuffy today, guys. I apologize. I've been having problems with my allergies. Because story time. I have a confession to make. Hard huddle, don't get mad at me, okay? I gotta tell you this, don't get mad at me. The reason I'm a little stuffy is because I've been riding an electric motorcycle through like bushes and like trails, and I hit a bush. Not hit a bush, but the trail was overgrown, and like the bushes are like almost covering you can still see the trail on the floor, but the bushes were like overgrown, and all those bushes had a bunch of like little flowers. And when I pushed through, like all the pollen was like everywhere. So like my allergies are going crazy because I was riding through the bushes. Because I bought some electric motorcycles. I bought 3 electric motorcycles. Can you believe that? I know I should have stacked that money, but let me try to justify it to Hard Huddle, see if he doesn't get mad at me still. I had I had a big dirt bike. It was a Honda CRF 450 RL. Honda CRF 450 RL. It's a big old beast. 450 cc's of power. It's awesome bike, awesome dirt bike, but it was like a little bit too big for me, you know? Like it was too tall for me. I wasn't touching on both sides. I felt really awkward on it. And so it's just been sitting in my garage. I don't ride it that much because I don't want to get hurt. And so I sold that thing. I sold it, and the whole time, every time I ride bikes, I'm always thinking to myself, it'd be cool to ride with my sons, right? So it's been difficult. So anyway, I sold the dirt bike, and instead of stacking that money into Bitcoin, it's actually saving because I would have stacked it when it was at 125,000, 124,000. Anyway, instead of stacking it, Hard Huddle, I bought 3 dirt bikes, 3 e-motorbikes. And man, we've been having a blast with them with the kids. We've been to the desert. We do trails, and yes, Bitcoin is the most important thing you can have. But that experience with my kids, like we go to these remote places where the cell phones aren't working so much. We'll take a barbecue. Sometimes we'll just take sandwiches and have like a picnic and we'll eat out in the desert or on the trails. And I get to ride with my boys, and like they're excited to be with me. They're excited to like to the adventure, you know, because it is pretty scary going up a trail, you know, especially when you're little. But it's cool. Like I wish my dad had time and resources to do this stuff that I'm doing with my kids when I was a kid, right? But since he didn't, I get to do it with my kids, which is really cool, right? So yes, I've always regretted it years down the road. Okay, let's see what Hard Huddle says. Hey man, I'm no stranger to spending money on my hobbies. I've just always regretted it years down the road. It's always pains me to remember how much I spent on GoPro equipment. Oh, that's true, Hard Huddle. Yeah, that's true. That's true, very true. But I just know, and I know you're not. I know you're not upset or anything. I'm just kind of kidding with you. But like, I understand that like, the boys are just getting older and older, dude. They're almost as tall as me, and it's pretty crazy to see like a full body person. Used to be my little kids, you know. So so going out on the trails with them and hanging out and at the desert and just like basically being forced to talk with each other because there's nothing else to do, right? Working on skills, balance drills, blipping the bike, getting the front wheel to come up, right? Like imagine, dude, going out to the desert with your pops so you can teach you how to do wheelies. That's awesome, dude. Teaching my kids to do wheelies, dude. How freaking cool is that? Anyway, I'm trying to find a picture. I'm trying to bring up a picture so I can show you guys. A picture of us out in the desert, just chilling. Let's see. All right, this will probably work. Look at us, dude. Taking over the desert, dude. Gee, I'll show you. Yeah, definitely core memories. Look at this. Boom. Anyway, for like the price of, oops. Maybe if I zoom it in. There we go. Yeah, I already had on my riding gear, so I just kind of switched it over to this. I just use my regular dirt bike riding gear, and I got them some boots, helmets. Yeah, I spent about as much as I got for the one dirt bike. I spent, and I got the 3 bikes and gear for them for what I sold the other bike for. So it balanced out. But yeah. The amount of ride time that we have on these things already is already worth it, you know, and probably more adventures to come. And they're getting better at riding on dirt, so it's really good. Anyway, definitely core memories I want to share with you guys, and just to have that little confession, I guess. I could have stacked harder. We could have been 1,000. We could have been maybe like 12, maybe like 2,000 or 3,000 away from the one Bitcoin. But it's more important to me to have that time with the fam, have time with the kids. Anyway, let's jump into the next topic of the day, which is why we stack, right? Let's go to that one real quick. Here we go. Why we stack? Why do we stack Bitcoin, ladies and gentlemen? I save Bitcoin. I save in Bitcoin because saving in Bitcoin is it's like a superpower. It's like making the system, making the money matrix system, the inflation monster, making it work for you. Right? Now instead of letting exactly, DCA to BTC and live life to the fullest. Now instead of the inflation monster taking the value of your hard-earned work every single day by money debasement, it's actually increasing the purchasing power of your Bitcoin as the money supply expands, because it takes more and more of those weaker dollars to buy the same amount of Bitcoin. So as your Bitcoin increases in purchasing power, you're able to afford more things, or you can work less because you can afford the things that you need to just have your normal level of quality of life that you're used to, right? When you save in dollars, your quality of life gets more and more expensive, and you have to work harder and harder to maintain that same quality of life. But when you save in Bitcoin, it's the opposite. If you save in Bitcoin, eventually you won't have to work as hard for that same quality of life that you already have. If you want to continue to work hard and elevate your quality of life, you can do that too. And it's a lot more attainable with Bitcoin. I'll show you guys why in the stack recap section. But if you're a beginner at Bitcoin, it's just the basics, right? Don't worry about any other coins. Don't worry about trading Bitcoin. Don't worry about buying NFTs or any of that junk. All you do, super simple. You buy Bitcoin, you learn how to take custody of that Bitcoin, and you repeat. That's it. Just hold on to that Bitcoin. It'll continue to increase in purchasing power over time at a rate of about 50% year over year. And it's crazy. It's crazy how it works. Okay. Best way for you to some homework for you to do is to go analyze this statement. Okay. Why do we save in Bitcoin? We save in Bitcoin because saving in Bitcoin is like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for as long as you hold the Bitcoin that represents those hours. And that is why we stack. Boom. That's it. Halfway through the show. Coming up here is the stack recap, where we show you what we've actually been doing for the past couple of years. About 2.5 years now. And then of course we're also going to buy Bitcoin today again, because we buy Bitcoin here Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern, sometimes 12:30 on Wednesdays, no, on Thursdays. But anyway, come back, enjoy the show. If you have any questions about Bitcoin, about how to save it, about how to buy it, how to move it, anything Bitcoin related is fair game. You can ask at any time during the show. I will stop the programming and answer your question, because it's more important for me to help you than it is for me to just talk about Bitcoin. Okay? If you have something specific you need help with, hit me up. You can leave it in the comments live right now. You can leave it in the comments if you're watching the replay, and I'll answer your question either with a comment or in the following episode, the following day. I'll talk about your question, try to help you out. Okay? I'm doing that because I think Bitcoin is so transformational. That's one of the best ways I can help people in the world. Sounds crazy, right? Like I have a whole fishing channel. Right? It's a Roman Castro vlog where I teach people how to fish, right? And it's cool because give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed them for a lifetime, right? So I thought, yeah, dude, if I'm going to teach something, I'm going to teach someone how to fish because I can feed them for a lifetime, right? Well, now, if I teach you about Bitcoin instead of teaching you how to fish, I'm feeding your whole bloodline. Damn. There we go. Feeding the whole bloodline. Okay, so it's the next level. It's the next level. Teach a man about Bitcoin, feed his whole bloodline, right? So that is my motivation. And I know people get scared. You know, like when I started in Bitcoin, I'm like, damn, dude, people are buying this thing. People are buying Bitcoins at like $1, at $100, at $1,000. People were buying Bitcoin at $1,000. I thought it was like too late for me, and I was priced out, and that boat had gone and set sail, right? And then I start to do the research anyway, and you're like, oh, you know what? It's not too bad. It's still kind of performing. It's still doing this thing, and you start to really understand what Bitcoin is, and you realize that you're not late. Even right now, with Bitcoin at $106,000, and even if Bitcoin goes back up to its all-time high of $126,000, you're still not too late. You're still not too late because you have to extend your timeline, and nothing that has caused the price of Bitcoin to keep going up has changed, right? You're still pricing Bitcoin against an asset, against like dollars or another government money that is constantly inflating and constantly increasing in supply. So Bitcoin is still at 21 million capped. Nothing has changed, right? So just for the same exact reason as Bitcoin has gone from 0 to 106,000 today, it's the same reason it's going to keep going up to, I don't know, 150,000, 250, right? It's exactly classic story of the tortoise and the hare, exactly, right? So slow and steady, we continue to stack, and then it's gonna be like your first couple of stacks might even go negative, and you might be like, oh shoot, what am I doing? Am I doing this right? And then you have that first like 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months, maybe 6 months when you're in the negative. And it's just like, damn, I think I messed up. Just keep stacking. Just keep stacking. Because then what's gonna happen is, you know, like when you're on the beach and the beach comes back, and you're like you're falling behind, and then all of a sudden the wave comes. All of a sudden the wave comes, and it's like, wow, you just get like launched. Right, that's what happens, and when you stack, while Bitcoin is in a quote unquote dip, the power of that wave coming when it comes back is amplified because you bought cheaper sats on the way out than when the wave comes. Anyway, it's hard to explain, but you'll see it. Anyway, enough talking. Let's jump into the actual stack recap so I can show you guys what we've been doing. So let's cue that up. It's time for the stack recap because we don't only talk about stacking Bitcoin here Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. We actually do it every weekday. And here it is. Without further ado, our current savings in Bitcoin. Here is our 2025 spreadsheet. In 2025, we've saved $5,980 into Bitcoin, and that's currently worth $6,474. We're up about 8.27%. In 2024, we saved here on the show through our DCA process $7,345, and it's currently worth $13,777 for a 78% gain. And of course, the whole lifespan of the show, our strategic Bitcoin reserve since May 22nd, 2023, when Bitcoin was at $27,360. We bought $5. We got 18,000 Satoshis. Non-$5 might get you, non-$5 will get you less than 5,000 Satoshis. That's crazy. But anyway, we've been stacking here on the show, and our DCA stack is about $16,000. About 0.29 Bitcoin, and that's currently worth about 31,000. So we're up about 49% for the lifespan of the show. And of course, through all of our other stacking adventures, stacking adventures and ventures. We are currently at 0.88005517. That eight right there, that second, that one, is it 100th or 1000th? That 100th place 8 has finally turned. So that 7 has finally turned to an 8, and now we are only 0.11994488 away from one Bitcoin. About $12,817 away from one Bitcoin. At Hard Huddle, the closer that number gets to what I paid for the motorcycles, the more I feel it. Don't. Anyway, there's more money on the horizon. There's more money on the horizon. But that is the basic stack recap. Okay. I guess I got another story to share. Hard Huddle. So I've been messing around with what are they called? With options trading. Have you done that? Options trading. And at first I was playing around with buying calls, like a degen, right? Buying calls on on iBit, I think. And I got kind of lucky, you know. But then I started reading about selling puts. Put vertical spreads, I think it's called. Bullish vertical spreads. And people pay you premium for those spreads, and if the price of iBit or whatever stock you're at, it stays above a certain price, you just get to keep the premium. And it's I have not, but I've seen it available on. Okay, yeah. So I'm using like Tasty Trades. All right, Tasty Trade, I think it's called Tasty Trader, Tasty Trades. And dude, it's working out. Like I started with I think I put in about, what did I put in? Over the past couple months. Yeah, I think it's been a couple months. Let me make sure. Let me make sure I'm sharing this correct information. Let me bring this. I have my little trade tracker, where I track every single trade. Granted, yes, this is not a trading channel. I'm not trading Bitcoin. It's just I'm just trying to figure out different ways to to degen more cash flow, right? So I think I did it. I've done about 135 trades. That's a lot. I started July 31st was my first trade, and I'm about $3,000 up, right? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep doing those trades, and I'll be able to withdraw the whole amount. So that's what, 3 plus 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So when that balance on that account gets to, I'm like my win rate is like 72%, dude. But when that account gets to the right amount, so we can just finish the whole show and buy the whole Bitcoin, I might just cash it all out and just slam it into Bitcoin. What I'm trying to figure out now is, should I just stocks, yeah. Should I just sell it? Should I just sell it all now and just smash buy Bitcoin? Or should I keep doing what I'm doing because it's working? Should I keep doing what I'm doing because it seems to be working, and just hope that Bitcoin doesn't take off on me, right? What's your opinion? You know. Anyway, yeah, just a little side thing we have going right now. But just trying to find different ways to generate more revenue, you know. And then taking those profits and buy more Bitcoin. We have to get to. Sorry guys, I'm like super. My nose is itchy. Like I said, I was in the bushes too long. Too much nature. Yeah, it's look up Look up the Tasty Trade guys, the Tasty Trade app and the Tasty Trade channel. They trade like in a way where, yeah, okay, that's true, Carl. Like take the profits now and just continue to play with the money I initially invested. That's probably true too. That would work because it's kind of the same thing. Yeah. You have to figure it out because I still want to continue to do it because it just seems so easy. Like you're basically the other side of when somebody buys the call. A put. Right? They'll buy it to guarantee their investment, and if it doesn't hit, they just lose the money they paid to buy it, and you get to keep that. Take the profit and move it to a high rate dividend I see. Start. Yep. Profit move to high rate dividend like STRC. Is that one of the MicroStrategies? That's sort of like the highest yield one, right? I'll have to look it up. That's a good point. I'll look into all that stuff. Hard hodl. But yeah, I'm really trying to get to that 1 Bitcoin. I think you might owe 30% of your profits. Yep. Yeah, for sure. But for the rest of the year, I'll hold it in Bitcoin, and then I'll just pay the profits up from when I get around to it, when it comes due. Yeah, that's what sucks about that stuff is that you're basically short-term trading, right? I don't even like to talk about it on this channel, but it's just something I've been doing this past couple months as like a way to generate more revenue, I guess you could say. And it seems to be working, and I'm doing okay. I haven't been crushed yet, so I think it's an opportunity. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yep. Got it. Yeah, it seems to be working. You're basically the person. You're since you're the one selling the put. The time is working for you, so as time goes by, you're gaining, and if the price of the stock stays above a certain price, you're also gaining, and if the price of the stock goes to the same price or to like your your call strike, then you're still kind of like not even losing. Tax deferred too, so that's helps with actually keeping your profits. Tax deferred too. Oh yeah. That's cool. I like that. All right, I'll have to check that out. Interesting. But for now, I'm just trying to get as much fiat, dirty fiat, to get that 1 Bitcoin done. That 1 Bitcoin done. No action on my camera lenses yet. No interest, and no interest on graphics cards right now. I don't know. Everybody's like broke or something. Nobody's saving in Bitcoin. Nobody wants to buy anything. All right, that's cool. All right, so today the price of Bitcoin is at 106,000, almost 107, and our average buy price in 2025 is 103,000. That means that today we're gonna buy $20 worth of Bitcoin. Let's go. What time is it? It's time to buy some Bitcoin. Ask me 30 fiat that is really just for the tax man. Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's get the show purchase done today. Let's see where we're at here. Jumping onto the Strike app. Hitting the buy button. I'm going to punch in $20. 20. Next. Cut the music. Hit the drum roll, please. Here we go. We're buying $20 worth of Bitcoin right now during the Stack Bitcoin show, November 3rd episode. And bam! We still got money in the bank accounts. Oh my God. We're done. We purchased. Put a little background music here. You got 18,532 satoshis. Also, I think the thermometer on the thumbnail. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was trying to come up with the cool graphic. All right, here we go. 2025. The last purchase for today, so our latest purchase. I also put in the purchases from last week. Today is the 3rd. Yep. So 11, 3, 25. And the price of Bitcoin we deserve today is $107,058.06. About $20 worth. That got us 0.0001853 Bitcoin, which is 18,532 satoshis. Killing it. All right, we're gonna take this data and put it into the other spreadsheet. Look at that, mostly green. A little red, but mostly green. Okay. Oops. There it is. The show is going to be worth more than than those people can than most people can ever dream. Hope this show can get. I know, right? What sucks is that our subscriber count is not even as much as our episode count. Let's see. We're at 399.
Stacking my way to
Let's see. 399 subscribers. Yes, 399 subscribers. If you want to be our 400th subscriber, subscribe and let me know, and we'll celebrate the achievement. But you're right, dude. You're right. The show is gonna be able to retire before me. There it is. The tortoise and the hare. It's true. That's very true. We've accomplished 0.8802444 BTC on our way to one whole Bitcoin, slow and steady, like the tortoise that beat the hare. Okay, we are doing this. The most important part about saving in Bitcoin is choosing your schedule and your amount and committing to your DCA and being, I wouldn't say religious about it, but like there shouldn't be anything stopping you from doing your DCA. If you said you're gonna do it every day for $100, then you better goddamn do it for 100 days for $100 every day. If you say you're gonna do it for $5 a week, fine. But do it for $5 a week, and don't wuss out when the price of Bitcoin goes down. Don't wuss out when the price of Bitcoin goes up. You already committed to it. Choose your schedule, choose your stacking rate, and choose your stacking amount, and just do it. Someone told me they had to sell. And I said, you bought too much. Ooh. Dang, son. Hard hodl. That was a hot one. That was a good one, dude. Dang. That was good. No, but it's true. It's very true. That's why it's good. All right. Well, with that knowledge bomb, with that little tip, let's go ahead and start wrapping up the show with our usual track. Yes. Once again, we are back at it this week, stacking Bitcoin like we are every week. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and hope you guys will have a good rest of the week too. I'll be back here every day for this week. On Thursday, we're starting a little bit later, about 12:30, 12:45, but I'll be here all week. So stack with me, or just watch me stack, and get inspired. Guys, get motivated to save a little bit more Bitcoin, and I wish you the best on your stacking journey. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Bye, guys.